Aspire Football Dreams and Al Ahly. Aspire Football Dreams naming the same lineup that played in that final group match, the victory over Kashima Reysol. That Samar goal putting them through in that one. There was only one change in the Al Ahly lineup, but they did suffer an injury in the warm-up. Not the first team to suffer an injury in the warm-up in this competition. Yasser Ibrahim, the fullback, forced to pull out. So it's a late call-up for Talal Al-Kayadi, who comes in to replace him at fullback. It's Aspire Football Dreams, all in grey, kicking from left to right in the first half. Interesting to see how both these sides start today's game. Early pressure from Al-Kamahadi. So, good ball down the line, early run here for Karamoko. Players waiting in the centre, the shot came in from Karamoko. Sumar scored that fine goal against Kashima Reysol, of course. Katana. Also goes, it will be a free kick to Al Ahly. Touched inside by Al-Sibiani. That late change just forming a slight reorganisation to the Al Ahly lineup. Al-Sawag and Al-Sheikhi playing as the two fullbacks. Katana. Wearing the captain's armband, Katana for Aspire Football Dreams. Very strong team. A lot of people expecting them to go further in this competition, but Al Ahly proved that they're no slouches, of course, with a 3-0 win over a below-par Paris Saint-Germain side.
Yeah, good feel to the game. Just walk down there, really zipping it around both sides. Physical. Good lively start to the game. Al Ahly have got to match them. One thing they won't do, they won't give in at all. They keep coming at you. You've got to match them and you've got to try and force the game on yourself and push forward and try and get something out of it.
It's been a good start possession-wise for Aspire Football Dreams. Here's Carlos, the Costa Rican. Now Katana. Good play again. Nice build-up on the edge of the area. Ndri can't get the shot over, forces it that wide to Karamoko. Cutting in again as he likes to do. Karamoko, it's great play! Tried to set it up for Katana. Good clearance though, and Al Ahly forced to put the ball behind for a corner.
Good lively start here. Just on the side, they've got to mark. Manages to just open his body up, pulls inside, tries to get the cross, but the keeper's there. Issa just to get his foot and put it out, poke it out for a corner. But good lively start, as was expected from Aspire Football Dreams.
It is the first corner of the game. Just 3 players not in the penalty area, or 4 players if you include the Aspire Football Dreams goalkeeper. Punched away by Bakar Issa. And now a chance of a break for Al Ahly. This is what they do so well. Early ball played into Al Hamdi. Now he's got green shirts coming up in support. Good challenge. Katana goes to ground. There's no foul.
See, that's a good positive start there from Al Ahly as well. All of a sudden soaking all the pressure up, then going long. You know, but it's good defending from Aspire. A good open game, but we know what we're going to do now. Al Ahly are going to give the possession to Aspire, but then try and hit him on the break.
It's always a little bit disappointing for a coach, isn't it, to get an injury in the warm-up. We've seen it 3 or 4 times in this competition, and it just throws your tactics a little bit out, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, yeah. But there are quite a few games in a small period of time, so it's recovery, looking after these players, getting the right food as well. It's, you know, injuries do come.
Choice on here for Al Sahari. Or just runs out of play over on the far side though. Aspire Football Dreams won this tournament 2 years ago when they were playing under the banner of Aspire International. So we know all about their strengths in this competition. Beat Real Madrid in the final on penalties. All the finals have gone to penalties, of course, so far.
They're definitely up there as favourites as well, with probably Inter Milan and Real Madrid. It's a team you don't really want to play against because of how hard they work and how well organised and fit they are.
They're pulled from 16 different countries. Aspire Football Dreams. A lot of African-based players, of course, but there's a Guatemalan midfielder and a Costa Rican fullback mixing it up as well. Here is Carlos from Costa Rica. Once again, it's gone for another corner. It's been a good start, this, for Aspire Football Dreams. Putting a little bit of early pressure on.
One.
Once again, just one player staying up for Al Ahly, which means there's a couple of Aspire Football Dreams players have got to stay back. Corner taken short, looking back for Katana. It's not well worked though.
Out on the left-hand side, Aspire with the ball cutting inside. Good possession for Aspire.
Very well organised, though, the Saudi Arabians. We're maybe a little bit surprised at them coming into this competition. Obviously, a new team, an unknown quantity.
Yeah, they were
pretty good.
Yeah, they have. I mean, we watched obviously we cover the QSL, so it's good to see really what your neighbours are like. Massive country. And you can understand that there's a lot of quality. Big club as well.
Well cut out by Al Shaikhi, tripping in at full back with that late injury. Katana back to Salim Diaby. First touch for Manf in the Aspire Football Dreams goal. Now Brolin. Guided back by Al-Sibyani. There's Ali Maki. Did well to find El Suwaid. Once again, it's well read though by the Aspire Football Dreams midfielder Brolin, who just came across in front of his 2 central defenders to win the ball back.
Yeah, you can see now in these early stages how organised Aspire are and what sort of challenge as well Al Ahly you've got to do to get through and create opportunities. But you've got to be patient, you've got to be strong, you've got to keep believing.
We saw yesterday, didn't we? Took Inter Milan 80 minutes to break down Estudiantes, and then it was a disputed penalty that got them in front. So they know they managed to keep their shape and got through in the end. Winners of this will play Inter in the semi-finals.
Good play by Karamoko on that left-hand side, breaking into the box, but good defending from Al Ahly, clearing the lines. You know, with the football, what they're playing, Aspire, Al Ahly have got to be organised. You've got to have your 2 banks of 4, all working for each other. And they've started off very strong at the moment.
Diaby. Pressured by Al-Zakata. Sully. Looking for Katana again. It's a wayward ball, though. It's headed down by Mackie, which he just about got away with, but Aspire picking the ball up again with Andri. Ball forward took a deflection. Back at Issa in the Al Ahly goal was very quickly off his line. 10 minutes gone here, still 0-0. 29 championship titles for Al Ahly in the Saudi League. And you rightly mentioned the other day, Christian Gross, currently their manager, former Tottenham Hotspur manager.
He's a blast from the past as well. I remember a long time ago when he was at Tottenham. Sometimes you just lose people. We were chatting the other night where they go to, and he's popped up, obviously looking into Al Ahly, and he's there now. So it's a huge club. They've come over here a few times to play in the Champions League, and they have a massive following. You know, the football's big in Saudi. You know, when we talk about going into the 2022, it's all the countries around like Saudi what are going to, really bring crowds over here. So it's a massive football population, what they love. So Al Ahly is one of the biggest clubs there.
Yeah, they were runners-up in the AFC Champions League just a few years ago. Al Ahly, another former manager of theirs is Trond Sollied, the Norwegian, who had such a great success with Rosenborg. Almost got them to the Champions League every year, but I think once they got to the group stage, they were outclassed by better European opposition, but certainly a manager who knows all about success. He helped shape the way Al Ahly are today, and they're very well organised here under their current youth boss, Mahdi Asifi. Here's Katana again, finding a little bit of space, gets the game's first shot in, but he's just off target.
Yeah, well done. Got to be careful with the captain there, cuts inside. Exactly what we say. As soon as the opportunity comes, take the shot. Doesn't hit the target though, but you know, you can't take that other touch, otherwise the defenders will come and block it though. Gets the ball out of his feet, gets the strike in, just goes wide of the goal.
Spire Football Dreams drew their first match, leading Benfica by 2-0, but they were pegged back to 2-2, but they went on to beat Kashiwa Reysol to book their place in the quarter-finals. Al Ahly started with a victory over Paris Saint-Germain, but then were beaten by Real Madrid, but again a win enough to put them through in the group behind the Spaniards. Won't be the last game these teams play, of course. If they do lose, the 4 losers from the quarter-finals will play each other tomorrow for a battle to decide who plays for which place in the competition. So still a couple of games each to go. Good ball forward again to Andri. Looking for grey shirts in the centre. It's half cleared by Munshi.
He holds the line well up front. Andri really does. He's strong. He's got the number 9. There's a bit of an opportunity pushing forward now for Al Ahly. Needs some support. Comes out edge of the box. Swarmed by Aspire players.
Well, there aren't too many green shirts in amongst that clutch of grey at the moment.
That's the thing, when they go forward, they've got to push forward. They've got to really get forward as quickly as possible so they can affect the game.
Al Suwaig spoke to Alex Garcia, the Aspire manager, just before the game, and said he's taking nothing for granted. A lot of people saying that Aspire should win this, but he said, you know, I've been a professional footballer. You can't take anything for granted in this competition. And I don't know whether maybe Aspire Qatar took that attitude a little last night against Red Bull and ended up getting heavily beaten, and I'm sure Aspire Football Dreams won't want to make the same mistake.
Yeah, he's very grounded, the manager. You know, that's where you've got to be. But I don't think the players are going to get too much above the station. They're workers. They want to achieve things. You know, I don't think that. They just want to win games of football. Down to the manager just to keep an eye on that. You know, but you can just feel it. They enjoy the football. You know, they enjoy moving the ball around. They enjoy scoring goals. You know, and he's got a really good squad here now. And they are, for me, one of the favourites, definitely. Whoever comes up against them, it's a tough task to beat them.
Didn't fair as well last year, having come into the tournament as defending champions. They finished in 7th place in last year's competition. As these players rapidly changing every year at this age level. Under 17s this year, so we have played this tournament as an under 16 tournament as well, so it's good to see the different age ranges and how the players develop in just a 12-month period, which in the development of a footballer is a long time. Yeah,
and I asked Ed Graper as well. I said, well, you know, obviously with this football for dreams, what is the process with it? What do they do? Well, if they're good enough to get farmed out to Europe, there's a club in Belgium, what Aspire owns, so you know they go and play there, so you can see the channel what they're going. As long as they keep getting the experience, you know, especially if they go to Europe and get it as well, you know, it can't do them any harm.
Well, as of last year, 40 scholarship recipients from Aspire International have represented their national associations at some level. Senegal, Ghana, Nigeria, Thailand, Paraguay and Mali among the countries that have benefited. Manf with the clearance. Allowed to roll out of play, though, for a throw by Ahmed Al-Suwaig. Just caught a glimpse there of Mahadi Asifa on his feet, as both coaches are in this game. Shouting out instructions. Interesting, Alex Garcia said, you know, I mean, he's not that old a coach. He said, I wish I was out there playing. He said, I really want to be out there. It's just, you never lose that passion, especially on the sidelines. Just that sort of willing to try and kick every ball with your team.
Yeah, but it takes, you know, it's a certain person that comes from football, goes into management, and he looks like he fits the bill. He looks very thorough in what he does. Looks like he enjoys what he wants to strike, by the way. Ahly just comes to the edge of the box. What a strike. It dips, but just goes over the bar.
Al-Hamdi with a brilliant effort from the edge of the bar, and it wasn't too far away. The goalkeeper, it was straight at him, really, but he was only a yard or so over the top. Faris Al-Hamdi. Seen some good goals in this competition so far.
Great. It just came to the edge of the box. He caught it absolutely perfectly, and he just needed that little bit more depth just to go in.
Sully. So Brolin, the holding midfielder, they're playing almost as a third central defender, right in between Salim Diaby and Sully at the moment. Now he's pushed forward a little bit. Gets it from Manf. Diaby. Now Carlos. Katana. Well spread by Aspire Football Dreams. Robert. And Karamoko. Three waiting in the centre. Karamoko once again looking to try and create room for the cross. Al-Sheikhi goes across to try and prevent the cross. It's cleared by Al-Araji. Sully. Still going here, Aspire. I think that may have gone out for a goal kick, and indeed it has. Real Madrid against Kashiwa Reysol to come a little bit later on this afternoon. That should be an interesting quarter-final. Tomorrow, the losers of this match will play Estudiantes, and we'll also have the losers of that Real Madrid-Kashiwa Reysol game playing Aspire Academy as they battle for the lower placings.
Really good play then before from Aspire, came out from the keeper. Ahly tried to stop them from playing out from the back, but they persisted. Ended up going down the other end, getting across him, but some wonderful football from Aspire.
Robert trying to play the ball inside Al-Sheikhi. Was nearly perfect as well for Karamoko. Would have had a clear run into that corner if he'd managed to get the ball past the defender. Perfect conditions again today. The breeze just a little bit lighter than it has been. Switch round as well, blowing from right to left today. Al-Araji, wasted ball over the top though, straight through to Manf in the Aspire Football Dreams goal.
Main thing is now for Ahly, you know, wonderful start to the tournament, but a very difficult second game for them. You know, they play within the next day, but they've had the time to get that recuperation, really get all that, get them fresh legs going, so they should be fresh for this game now.
Robert comes forward to take the throw. Still goalless, approaching the 20-minute mark here, the first quarter-final of the day. Yesterday, Inter Milan, of course, went through against Estudiantes, and then later on in the evening, Red Bull Salzburg probably showed that they're in with a shout of this competition as well, with an impressive 4-1 win over Aspire Academy. They were playing their music rather loud last night on the 10th floor as well.
We don't talk enough about them really, and they've, you know, they seem to be getting better and better after every game. You know, are they? Can they shock them? Can they shock some of the big names what are in it? You know, at the moment we're thinking, well, hang on a minute, Real Madrid, Inter Milan, they're going to win it. Well, let's not forget all about Red Bull. You know, getting better and better as the tournament goes on.
It looks like whoever makes the semi-finals, it'll be very difficult to call anything possible in this competition, as we've seen over the years. It's good tackling from Aspire Football Dreams, not allowing Al Ahly any space, but there is a little bit of space here now for Al Zakata. Big, tall, imposing figure, Safi Al Zakata. Al Kabadi got the shot in, saved by Manf. It was comfortable, no real power in the shot. Goes down as an effort on target though from Al Ahly. Isn't dry. He'll get the free kick. That's a poor free kick, though, given away. Ibrahim Al-Hassari. Ball deep inside the Aspire half as they look to build from the back once again. Brolin, who loves to sit just in front of the back four and spray those passes left and right. An old-fashioned holding midfield role. Here he is again, the Guatemalan. Salim Diaby.
This is perfect, really, what they're doing, Al Ahly. You know, when I said about being patient, got to be mature about your game, got to think about it, keep talking, keep passing players on, and make it difficult for Aspire. And that's what they're doing at the moment. It won't be the prettiest from them, but you've got to get them frustrated.
It's always a little bit easier probably for coaches at this stage. When they come into the first matches, you don't really know who the teams are, but of course now they've played 2 games, so very good coaching and scouting from the clubs in this competition, watching all the games and plotting tactics. Ball over the top for Andrai. He'll keep it in play as well. He's got no one in the centre though. Might have to go on his own here, running at Al Suwaig. Allowed to run by Katana. This is Karamoko. Went for the curler. Oh, the goalkeeper spills it. Katana got there, but the referee's whistle goes.
Yeah, well done there from Issa. You know, but good play. Love this little over there. Great bit of skill. Just enables him to cut inside, cuts inside with the shot. Issa gets hold of it, drops it, but then jumps on it again. But good play by Aspire.
Not too sure why the referee gave a free kick. It was a perfectly legal ball for Katana to go to. I know he did catch the goalkeeper, but didn't seem too much in it. Sully. Brolin. It really is the cream of the crop for the Aspire teams when you look at how many players they look at to get down to the players that win the scholarships with the academy. It really is a fantastic amount of people trying out for Aspire. These are the chosen few. This tournament really gives you a feel of what it's like to be a professional footballer. Everybody's saying this is set up like a professional. You know, it is a professional tournament. It really makes them see what they can have in the future if they stick with it, these young players.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you know, all the camera crew, the media, going to the hotels, driving in with the buses just to get that feeling. You know, they've got to get used to it. This is what it's all about, but there's nothing better than this competition. Every team that comes over here says this is the best, and they can't wait to get back. You know, this is the one you've got. That's why some teams like Shanghai have found it so difficult, because you've got to be at a certain level to be able to compete here. Otherwise, it stands out.
Well, not only going out live on Al Kass, but also the games are streamed live on the Al Kass International Cup website, and you know, fans from all over the world have been watching, and it's been quite interesting to see some of the figures we've been getting of people that are watching these tournaments. I'm sure a lot of friends and family of some of the players involved have been looking on. Really, it's a tournament that does catch the imagination now of the clubs around, and queuing up almost for an invite for next year's competition. Talking to one of the organisers.
And we're on Twitter as well. It's at Rodri Williams. We'd love it if you could give us your views back, and we'll definitely talk about them at half-time or at the end of the game. But try and get on that at Rodri Williams.
Forward by Sully, Robert, Karamoko. Challenge, but the referee said it was a foul challenge, so the free kick goes the way of Aspire Football Dreams. Not too sure that was a foul. He's won the ball clean, and he's blocked it against the leg of the player, and the player's gone down, and the free kick's been given. But that looked like a good tackle to me. Interesting, they're watching Mahdi Asifi just telling Al Ghamhadi to stay up on the halfway line. It means that two Football Dreams players will stay with him. Rolling swings over the free kick. It's a good header by Al-Arishi. Now those in green might be able to break out here. It's a poor ball, though. Given away to Sumar. Scored that great goal early on against Kashiwa Reysol to win the points. One of the fine strikes we've seen in this competition. Marco Salah's goal still the best for you on the opening day, though?
Yes, wonderful strike. There's some other good goals as well, but I just think that one there, Salah, was wonderful how he did it. High on the ball, and what a strike.
Away by Maki. Al-Sahari.
Got the wrong Twitter address, I'll have to tell you again. It's at Rodri Williams 1. So please start tweeting to us. Let's see what you've got to say. Who do you think is going to win? Who's going to score? Tell us who your best goal is. Let's hear from you.
Audience participation.
That's what we want. It's all about opinions.
Good ball down, offside flag up against Ndrai.
He is well offside there. About a good yard offside. Good play as well, Ndrai, but this is the type of run what they're looking for. Delayed with it. He's got to, as soon as he makes the run, the midfielder's got to slide him through straight away. He just delayed on it just that little bit, and as he was running, you know, he then went into an offside position.
Coach applauds the decision. It's been a tight opening half an hour between these two, as you would have expected. The big scoreboard on the far side has decided to go into sleep mode just for the moment. Oh, it's back again.
It's back on now. This is perfect, really. What Al Ahly are doing now is perfect. Don't waste energy. You know, save your energy as the game goes on. You're going to need it. Just let Aspire have it. Nice and deep as well, Al Ahly. Well defended at the back.
As we said, Inter Milan will play the winners of this one. They're in the stand over on the far side, looking on at their potential opponents for the semi-finals. Most of them were down by the pool this morning, just relaxing after yesterday's exertions. Karamoko nicely pulled back. Chance for Samar, just wanted one touch too many. Back to Brolin. It's a great block inside the penalty area by Al Maki. Referee gives the free kick against Al Ahly, but it was some great defending there from the Saudis to keep that at bay. Here it is again. There's the foot up. I'm not too sure that was a foot up, to be fair. 6 of one, half a dozen of the other.
Fantastic defending. You know, this is you know, forget about talking about Aspire. This means a lot for Al Ahly, and you can see by the defending there. Players throwing the body on the line. You know, one player tries to get a shot. They're all rushing in, and they're making it difficult for Aspire. So that's fantastic defending from Al Ahly.
Well, both players had their feet very high. It was the Al Ahly defender that was penalised, so a dangerous free kick here for them to defend. Well, we'll need to go back a little bit, as you can see, by our virtual circle there. Everybody back behind the ball for this. Brolin is one of them over the ball. He might be the favourite. Sully is the other, the central defender.
Yeah, it's very dangerous here. It's all about the wall. Can the keeper see it? You know, and then the same thing with a spike, and you bend the ball over and get it down.
But Sully can't get it over the wall, though, and now it might be a break on here for Al Zakata. Oh, he's done well, and then was kicked up in the air almost by Diallo. Free kick to Al Ahly. Good defending, though. Not too sure, as I say, it was a free kick in the first place. There's a yellow card for Diallo.
Well done by Al Zakata there. You know, all the players, all Al Ahly need that bit of a breather when they knock the ball up to him. He's going to have a tough game tonight because he's up there on his own. But they've got to try and give him support up there, Al Ahly.
He's a big presence, though, isn't he? From set pieces, he'll be a real threat. Diallo goes into the book. First yellow card of the afternoon. Referee is Sultan Al-Shashani, by the way. Standard of refereeing, I think it's been reasonably good across the tournament so far. Just the one red card. Kashima Raisol's Kato. Be interesting to see if he comes back into their lineup today, having missed the game against Al Ahly with suspension. Against the Spy Football Dreams, rather, with suspension. Karamoko. Robert goes outside him. It's a poor ball, though, given away to Al-Shahari. Sprayed long, looking for Al-Sibyani. Challenged by Carlos. No foul that time. Salim Diaby. Forced back to Manfitz. Well played again. You can just see from here those two solid lines of green across the back and midfield line for Al Ahly. Haven't given the Spy Football Dreams too much space in the opening 33 minutes.
I think going at half-time with it like this, you know, it's something to build on. I didn't expect any different at all from Al Ahly. Got to work hard, have to stop this team, but now nicking it in midfield. Well done by Al Ahly, making it difficult for Aspire. Once again, well done. Good play, they have to do this. Difficult, hard work, but effective. As you can see here now, they've made them play it out of play or give it back to the goalkeeper.
Given away by Al-Sheikhi. Diallo plays it back to Sully. Don't forget again that Twitter hashtag if you want to send us your comments. We'd love to hear from you if you're looking on today. At Rodri Williams 1 is the handle you need. Always love to hear from supporters. They've all got such different views of the game. It's always very interesting, isn't it? Everybody sees the game differently.
That's the beauty of Twitter there, you know. It's not all about our opinions. We want to hear back from people. We want to think what you think. You're watching it wherever you are in the world now. You know, we want your views. So it's all about opinions in football. Do we think the same thing? Do we think Real Madrid are going to win it? Do you think Milan are going to win it? Red Bull, you know, what about the game here now? What do we think can be done to change it? What can Al Ahly do to win this game?
Well, the front two are working hard at the moment, Al Zakata and Al Gabhadi, but not too much luck for them. But midfield and defensively, it's been a very well-organised performance from Al Ahly. Headed away by Al Arishi. Cut out by Al Sibyani. Be a free kick, foul on Carlos. Katana, the fullback that's over the free kick. Just a couple in the wall for Al Ahly. Don't think it'll be a shot from that sort of range there from Katana. Brolin's over the ball as well. Al Ahly trying to hold the line on the edge of the penalty area. It's taken short. Samar's ball through, though, he's blocked. Once again, Al Ahly very quickly closing things down here. It's Al Zakata. Well, he's given a shoulder charge with Diallo, and he's won the free kick here, the big striker.
Well done by Al Zakata. He's working, he really is working hard for his team. He needs support, but he's nicking the ball in midfield, and then he's running at them. Good performance by him, but he really does need help as well. When he's up there, you've got to try and get up and give him some support. But good play by the big man there, really taking the game and stopping him and trying to ruffle him up a little bit and trying to play it out the back. Got a big job to do today when he's up there on his own.
Well, it's a chance on the set piece here for Al Ahly. Everybody back behind the ball for Aspire Football Dreams. 3 players staying deep for the Saudis. But the coach is just urging a couple of more of them to go forward with no strikers forward. They might as well get into the mix and make themselves an option. Two over the free kick. Curled in towards that near post area, well gathered by Manf. Not too sure a shot from that sort of angle was the right option, but everybody racing to get back now, and a chance for Katana. Well cut out, important interception by Al Sawag. But just bounced off the knees of Andrai, and Al Sawag once again gets the clearance in. It's good defending by Al Ahly. Given away again by Brolin, but Al Zakata couldn't bring that one under control. It's kept in play by Robert. Sully. Diaby. Little look up to see what movement's up ahead of him. Comfortable header down, though, by Maki. Carlos. 2 Al Ahly players go to ground. There's no foul, though. Diaby.
Well done by Al Ahly. Good play. Stopping them. Now all of a sudden Aspire trying to push forward. It really means a lot to Al Ahly, this game. You can see with the defending what they're doing. Working hard, working as a unit. You're going to win this game, you've got to do it all together. And that's how they've started. It's been a good mature performance this, against a very, very difficult team. Now Aspire can rip anybody apart, but they frustrated him a bit now, Al Ahly.
Well, you know you're not going to get too many goals when you get to a quarter-final. This game is following a similar pattern to our first quarter-final yesterday, Inter Milan and Estudiantes. A bit of pressure for Sully to absorb with the Al Sibyani right behind him. Diallo. Carlos. Andrai. It's Ahmed Al Sawag that's gone down.
There's the coach there, just giving all the drinks out they've got to. It's been a tough, hard performance by Al Ahly. Got to get your juices on. It's still quite hot now. The temperature starts dropping very shortly. But, you know, you just got to get the juices. You've got to keep doing that when you're working hard.
Onto the chest of Brolin. Sully. There's a long-range shot from Aspire, which is well over the top.
Shows you how well they're doing Al Ahly there. They're restricting them to long-range shots. We've got to frustrate them, which they have definitely done that, but now they're shooting from outside the box, which you don't usually see a lot of that from Aspire. But they're definitely not having it their own way, the same as yesterday Inter Milan. They never had it their own way. And it does as the competition goes on. It gets to the business part of the competition side of the part of the competition. It gets a little bit tighter.
Katana, third game in a week for both these sides rather. Last Friday we started. Very frantic. Karamoko. Reasonable looking cross again, but plucked out of the air by Issa. Quite an unusual nickname, the Saudis. The Fortress of Trophies, as you pointed out the other day, and the Classy.
The Classy, there's a good one.
The Classy, that's a good name. Nation Ambassador or the Royal Team as well. They've got 4 nicknames if you take your pick.
I think the Classy does it for me, but I mean, just look at the capacity at the home stadium there, 62,000. I mean, they do get that as well. You know, it's a wonderful stadium what they've got there, and a lot of passion, like I said, in Saudi towards football. There's one of the Al Ahly players down at the moment.
Yeah, it was Hani Alcibiani that went down off the ball. I'm too sure what's happened there.
That's not a foul, this is not a foul.
He's going to get
it looks bad, well. And it will look bad, and he catches him. But the main thing is there, I think the referee's wrong. You know, when the ball's there to be won. And he wins the ball, but then he catches him after. For me, not a foul at all, not a yellow card. He does very well to lift himself up as well. It could have been quite serious.
Al Suwaig, I don't think he got the ball. I think the referee may have got that one right, looking at it there.
I think I've got it wrong there as well, yeah. I thought he might have just had a little touch there. And to be honest with you, it's a good job he lifted up. Because it could have been a lot worse.
Al Suwaig, who was injured a few moments or so ago. Alcibiani's just come across to get a drink and have a little bit of treatment, having just taken a tumble in the centre. But now he goes into the wall alongside Al Suwaig. Katana that takes the free kick. 2.5 minutes to go to half-time. Down the line again on the outside to Karamoko. Al Suwaig tries to prevent the cross. It's in towards that near post area. Carlos was the furthest player forward, couldn't get a touch, and there might be a break on here now for Al Ahly. That's a poor ball though, poor decision by Al-Sahari.
Alcibiani there, he was making a run down the left-hand side. They couldn't get the ball to him. There's a good ball. Can they chase it there? Alcibiani, can he get there? But managed to put out a play. Well done, Al Ahly, taking the game to Aspire.
There's Diallo, the covering defender. The 2 number 20s going shoulder to shoulder. Alcibiani will take the throw to Munshi. Out wide by Al-Kiyadi. Long ball over the top by Aspire. And Dry trying to get underneath it. Ali Maki's header. Back heel from Alcibiani wasn't quite what was required in that situation. Nearly just to try and bring that ball under control. Salim Diaby all the way back to his goalkeeper Manf. Sully. Diaby. Munshi. Wasted ball again. He was looking for the run of Al Zakata, but needed to be much stronger with the pass. Final minute of the first half. We're no closer at the moment to knowing Inter Milan's opponents in the semi-finals. Penalties, if required, if it's level at 90 minutes, no extra time in the Al Kass International Cup. It would go straight to penalties.
Yep, Al Ahly would take that, going into half-time 0-0. Good solid performance, stopping Aspire from having that free passing, freedom, running at players, made it difficult. But you do fear for Al Ahly if they do go a goal down.
Karamoko. Robert needs a good cross here, driven into the near post, off the post as well by Robert. I'm not too sure he meant it as a shot. There's a minute's added time here at the end of the first half. We're just into that now. Brolin, closest we've come to a goal in the first half, coming right on the stroke of half-time. Carlos. And Dry, good play this from Aspire Football Dreams. Puts the accelerator down, tries to get past Al-Sawag. He's done really well, the defender, plays it out off the striker to win a goal kick. The goalkeeper was expecting the cross, wasn't he? His body weight just swayed to one side and then had to check back.
A good play, you know, beats the keeper as well. Just unfortunate hit the post, but good play from Aspire. Nice bit of trickery at the edge of the box.
Offside flag up against Katana. That should just about be it for the first half. It's been a very even 45 minutes and no reason to think that the second 45 won't be a similar pattern followed. There goes the half-time whistle. A very good game, very technical game. Two very well-organised teams. The closest we came to a goal, Robert's shot just before the break, which struck the foot of the post. It's been fairly even from both sides, though, throughout the opening 45 minutes. A place against Inter Milan in the semi-finals is up for grabs. Half-time here at the Spire Zone. It's Aspire Football Dreams 0, Al Ahly 0 in the quarter-final.
انضم إلى برنامج جلوبال ريكوجنيشن من أوائل QMB وتمتع بعالم من الخدمات المصرفية المميزة. خدمة عالمية تقدم لك امتيازات حصرية تعزز نمط حياتك أينما كنت وفي أي وقت، تجعلك تتحكم في معاملاتك وحساباتك، تمكنك من امتلاك منزل جديد في الخارج مع خدمة التمويل العقاري الدولي. برنامج جلوبال ريكوجنيشن من أوائل QMB، عالم الامتيازات الحصرية.
هذا هو نجمي المفضل، واحد من أكثر اللاعبين موهبة في بلاده. اليوم الموهبة بروحها ما صارت تكفي، الكرة تغيرت، في مكان تقدر تحصل فيه مستوى تدريب عالمي، يحفزك تعطي كل ما عندك، يساعدك بالعلم تبني مستقبلك، وبالعلوم الرياضية تطور أدائك، وفيه دائما انت في ديل أمينة. هذا المكان اكتشفني وأنا حاضر. ودي أصير بيوم من الأيام نجمه المفضل.
أكاديمية أسباير، اليوم حلم وغدا نجم.
أنا غدوتي لما أكبر أصير نفس نيمار. في 2022 أبي أكون في استاد البيت. عم نشوف يعني الجمهور في ملعب اللاعبين. كأس العالم 2022 هو البداية.
الأكل بيكمل مع بيبسي. يلا ناو.
Aspire Football Dreams 0, Al Ahly 0 at half-time. Chris Makin alongside me. Chris, this bit like yesterday, as we mentioned while we were waiting to come back on air, they're very tight. Al Ahly are defending extremely well, and you like to see a good, well-organised defence.
I like to see goals as well, Rob.
Yeah, I know you're the king of defending, but
you make me sound like the bad guy of Al KASS TV.
But it's nice. So often you're sort of disappointed with the standard of defending at all levels, and here you've got...
Yeah, good shout actually. Yeah, I've been really pleasantly surprised by the organisation and discipline of Al Ahly today. They restricted Aspire Football Dreams to half chances at most. They'll be really pleased with that performance, but very similar to Estudiantes yesterday. Can they up it at a level and can they get forward now? They're playing with a 4-4-2. They've got the two forward players, Al Ghamdi and Al Zakata. Al Zakata is your outlet. He's got a great stature. He's a big lad. He's got a bit of pace as well. Needs to get the ball forward to him. Al Ghamdi and Al Sahari have got to play off him, but that's the next level they've got to try to attain to in the second half. As for Aspire, they haven't got going. I don't think they've got the zip today. They've normally a lot more effective going forward, but I'll put that down to the organisation of Al Ahly, and this is where they're going to be dangerous. I have a set pieces, and that was a long ball to Al Zakati. There he is, causing unrest amongst the back four of Aspire, and that's a fabulous effort, and it's only a yard over, you know, Rod.
Yeah. Well, he got a round of applause.
Off me as well.
And a giant relief from Aspire Football Dreams.
Good passing move here. Good passing move when they're getting forward now in the last third, and the attacking third. Look at the link-up play here. So they can They can come forward, Al Ahly. They haven't done it too much in the first half, obviously.
This was probably the best opportunity for Aspire for Dreams.
Yeah, on the break down this right-hand flank. Great pull back that there. There's the over to the far side. Doesn't really get the power on. It's more or less a fumble from Issa, and they hit the post deep into injury time at the end of the first half. But that was more of a case of Al Ahly really dropping deep back into their own box. They can't afford to do that in the second half. They've got to get up the pitch further.
He actually stuttered on that a little bit, didn't he? But here we go back the other side, and
there we go
again from the set piece this time.
People must think we sound boring saying it all the time. So watch out for set pieces. But we've been in these big games, me and Nicky, and we know, you know, we've been undone by set pieces when you're in a game and you're doing really well against a better side, and a set piece will undo, and you think all the hard work's gone. Here's the shot at the end of the first half by Robert. Just scuffs the ground a little bit, doesn't really get the power on it, but still manages to beat Issa at the near post. Comes off the bar, but you look at the stats at half time, 71% possession to Aspire. You know, will it tire the Saudi players at the end, you know, midway through the second half? But I tell you what, they still look full of running, the Saudi players.
Despite having, you know, less of the possession.
Correct.
You know, as we've seen there, we've seen some good opportunities for them, and they're creating something.
Because they're all in the right positions, Rod. I said about the discipline and the organisation. They're all in the right spaces, right positions, so not having to do a lot of running.
Bit like yesterday's game.
Yeah.
Plenty of passion in this one. Both teams very committed. We'll show you here just a couple of challenges that go in, just to show you know what it means for both these sides.
Of course you're doing. You expect nothing less, and it's a quarter. I tell you what, he's lucky, you know, to not get the yellow card if not a red. It's a two-footed challenge. You're not allowed to do that. I know he's got the ball, and I know he's not hurt anyone.
And how he's got it is incorrect.
I mean, you know, he's got the ball and he's not hurt the player. It's nothing for me, but by the letter of the law, it's a two-footed challenge, Rod.
Yeah, but you put it down then as common sense referee.
Common sense, well done, referee. Yeah. Wonderful block. Wonderful block. Plenty of green shirts back there, putting the bodies on the line, and that's a fabulous block. You used to see Colin Hendry and Steve Bruce doing that type of block. Keeping the side, wanting to keep your side in the game. Al Zakat's on the far side. Just tangling with a fullback. But you expect to see this in a quarter final, and there's no one hurt and there's no one overreacting. He gets a yellow card for his troubles. He's got to be on his toes now in the second half.
I was going to say, you know, here he goes.
Yeah, he's just trying to reach round there.
There's no way round there.
No, but Al Zakati does really well there. He realises that the defender's coming and gets his body in between the defender and the ball and takes the free kick. Fullback going in. I don't know whether he sees him coming from the blind side that
no question about that. That's a yellow card.
Yeah, he's late. I just think he's blindsided there. Doesn't realise where the right midfielder is or right winger. Just comes from the other side.
Listen, there's a place in the semi-final against Inter Milan up for grabs. Therefore, you can understand the commitment. They want to be there, both these sides. The players making their way out for the second half. Let's rejoin our commentary team. Nick Summerby and Mark Tompkins.
Waiting for the officials as usual. We did kick off the second half a little bit early yesterday, which caught everybody out, but I'm pleased to say we're almost bang on time here for the second half. That's Talal Al-Kamiadi, the latecomer into the starting lineup for Al Ahly due to that injury in the warm-up. Might take something a little bit special to unlock one of these defences. Here come our match officials. Don't forget, it's Real Madrid against Kashiwa Reysol to come in round about an hour and a half's time. That promises to be a cracker of a quarter-final as well. The winners of that one will go on to play Red Bull Salzburg in the semi-finals. Referee Sultan Al-Shashani just about ready to get us underway for the second half. It'll be Al Ahly in the green, attacking the goal to the right-hand side in the second half. Straight away, it's a chance for the Saudi side to go on the attack. They've won themselves a free kick. Al Kamyadi, the player that was fouled. I'm sure the last thing either coach would want at the start of the second half is to concede an early goal, because everything you've talked about for 15 minutes pretty much goes out of the window. We'll see what happens from the free kick. Plenty of players forward in green on the edge of the penalty area, 5 of them to aim for. Tried to work the free kick, but it's a little bit wasted from Al Ahly.
It's all about concentration, this game. It's a tight game. Not going to have many opportunities, so you've got to keep your mind focused all the time. Good play by Aspire. They pulled it back.
Well, it's Katana, and the shot comes in from Diallo, and it wasn't too far away, and Al Ahly caught out on the break. Great running from Katana. Spotted Diallo in the space in the centre. Diallo couldn't hit the target. What a chance. We saw Robert hit the foot of the post at the end of the first half. That was a good way to start the half from Aspire. Carlos with a header.
Good play from Aspire. Sorry about that. You know, this is so much like a first-team game, this now. You know, because you've got to keep your wits about you.
Oh, here's a chance. Oh, Manf comes out and makes a brave stop. And once again, it's Al Ahly forging forward with Al Zakata. And straight away at the other end, it's onto the boot of Katana. Brilliantly done. Great skills from Katana. Still going. Karamoko looking to get to the byline. Karamoko gets the ball across. Cleared away only as far as Diallo, who once again fires wide of the target, but chances at both ends right at the start of the second half.
It's opened up for us. We're none of that tight tactical play. The pair of them are going at it now. Brilliant bit of play by both sides then. Aspire going down the other end as well. You know, but this is the chance before for Al Ahly. Keeper, wonderful save, you've got to say. Off his line, down to his feet to block it, but then Aspire go down the other end and create a chance themselves.
Well, I think we had more chances at the start of the second half than the whole of the first half put together. That's a good omen. Back to Mant for the Aspire goalkeeper. Oh, he sliced the clearance horribly. Just span away from Alcibiani. Although he's got a second chance here, Alcibiani. Mant pushes it away once again. Helped on by Sumar. That's good pressure from both teams at the moment.
Yeah, just saying before, this is so much like a first-team game. You know, this is what it's like. You know, you've got to be on your wits. You've got to try and win a game. You've got to be organised. Any slight little bit of a mistake, switching off at any point here now, you're going to pay the price. Good game of football.
It's been played at a good pace as well. Be interesting to see how long the players can keep the pace up forward. It's a little bit cooler today for this early kick-off. Normally the temperature's at its sort of peak at the moment, but a little bit of cloud cover today, just keeping the temperature down a bit, which will help. Here comes the free kick. No loft on it, though. Headed away by Brolin. Well played again by Katana. Seen plenty of the ball in the second half. He's got Andrai outside him. Here is Andrai towards the edge of the area now. Still going Andrai. Still going Andrai. Good strike, good save by Bakarisa. Lacked the power in the shot, really, from Andrai, who seemed to have done the hard bit.
Wonderful play again from Aspire, breaking forward. You feared for Al Ahly then, you thought they might concede the first goal, but they've held strong, and the shot when it came in wasn't as good as the build-up towards it.
Oh, lovely touch again. Karamoko's in on goal here. Oh, forced to check back inside. My intention to go on his own there. Diallo. Andrai, who's adopting a wider position at the start of the second half.
Got to keep discipline now. We're under pressure. Al Ahly got to ride through this. It's good play. They turned it up. They're stepping the game up now, Aspire.
Just seen a bit of movement on the Al Ahly bench. I just wonder whether the coach is thinking of getting someone on just to try and stifle this Aspire Football Dreams forward motion at the moment. Long ball towards Al Zakata, but it's not a great ball by Al Kayadi. Stab back, important stab back as well by Maki. Katana was on it once again. Karamoko.
We talk about it so much, and what, you know, can you lift the tempo up? Can you get attack teams? That's what they're doing now. Aspire Football, you know, really pushing forward now and testing Al Ahly. But Al Ahly are holding strong, and the good opportunity is as well is when they are pushing forward. Aspire, if they just try and be a little bit more cute at Al Ahly, they can just knock the ball over the top.
There's an injury here to Brolin, which is going to require some treatment. There's the shot a moment or so ago that was saved by the goalkeeper, and Dry cutting across the edge of the area, but no real power in the shot. Comfortable for Manf, for Issa rather. Good brave goalkeeping at the other end by Manf to deny Al Zakata. I'm sure neither of these sides will want this to go to penalties. Just becomes a bit of a lottery, of course, when you get down to penalties after 90 minutes of full-blown, fast-paced, passionate football.
Well done from Manf as well by the keeper there from Aspire. You know, he came out, he saw the danger, he threw his body. It's a really good bit of saving then. Just I don't think if he hadn't come off his line then, it probably would have been 1-0 to Al Ahly. So good save for Manf.
Sully looking for Karamoko. Here is Karamoko, finally found him in the end. Katana through the centre, he's got the overlap from Robert. Turns and checks back inside and finds his captain, Brolin. And Dry. Carlos. And Dry. Oh, he's done well, and Dry. Oh, he's run the ball out of play. Just gone for a goal kick. Thought he'd managed to find that little bit of space down that byline, and Dry. Just ran the ball out, though.
Unlucky. Good positive play. Just unfortunate that the ball went out of play. It's a totally different second half than what we had to the first half, which was a very tight affair. But now you can safely say both teams are going out here, setting the stall out to win a game of football. You have to say probably the team what's really pushing the most so far is Aspire. But Al Ahly are holding strong, keeping organised, making it difficult.
Don't forget, it took Inter Milan 80 minutes to break down Estudiantes yesterday, and then it was a disputed penalty that proved to be the difference. They did add a second with the South Americans pushing forward, looking for an equaliser. Katana. Karamoko. Running at the fullback once again. Karamoko gets to the byline. That's good play. That'll be a goal kick. Good tackle from Al Shaki.
If you're going to get at Aspire, you know, they do love sending players forward. You know, you've got to take a lot of courage. You've got to try and hit them on the counter-attack. You have to do it. You know, the discipline, if anything, will be a question mark. Just like I said now, if you just look at Al Ahly, they've played the ball in midfield, then they've knocked it long over the top. This is something where I think they can get a bit of joy. But you've got to try and take the game to Aspire, which is a lot easier said than done.
Al Sawag and Al Sibiani down that far side combining. It was Al Sawag that gave the ball away. Issa with a first-time clearance. Al Zakata just beaten in the air by Diaby. Al Sawag gives the ball away again. Good interception from Al Shaiki. Having to work hard in this second half, Al Ahly. Managed to keep their goal intact so far. Almost 10 minutes gone in the second half, and it's 10 minutes that's really flown by, and plenty of chances already at both ends. Al Shaki. Al Sahari goes to ground. The flag goes up on this near side. It will be an Al Ahly free kick. Looks as though they are about to make a change as well, the Saudis. Just a bit of movement on the bench.
Just saying before they were talking to the referee, then he could have taken a quick one, Al Ahly. Al-Sari was down on the right-hand side. If they'd just looked the red up quickly and laid him in quickly, they could have probably just caught Aspire off guard.
Got a free kick to defend here. It's Al Sibiani, played into the near post. Goalkeeper spills it, and it's hooked away by Diallo. That could have been dangerous. There were 3 green shirts around the ball. It didn't fall to any of them, fortunately for Aspire Football Dreams. Another free kick to Al Ahly. Manf can breathe a sigh of relief, the goalkeeper. And Sibiani looking for Al Sawag, but again it's a wasted ball. Abdullah Fadeli is going to come on. Is that ball over the top again? Katana could be in here. Flags up for offside though. Just went a fraction too early there.
Keeping strong at the back, keeping organised, keeping the discipline. Giving it away a couple of times, Al Ahly. A bit sloppy play.
All the time at the moment. That seems to be the ploy, isn't it? Trying to get Katana playing off the shoulder of the last defender, using his pace.
They're trying to, but he's not really having much joy as they're keeping strong at the back. But you know what Al Ahly are trying to do? Once they get the ball, they're looking for that ball over the top. But they've got to start keeping possession, because now all of a sudden Aspire just keep coming at Al Ahly. This is dangerous.
Robert. That's a poor ball. Al Sawag only away as far as Brolin. Brolin's a long, long way from goal and tries a long-range shot. Here comes the change then for Al Ahly. So it's going to be Abdullah Fadeli that's coming on, and he's going to replace the late addition into the starting lineup, Talal Al-Qiyadi. It's quite interesting as well to notice that Karamoko and Drayev swap sides now. Katana playing through the centre of the front 3. He was starting the game out wide, but they've obviously seen him as being more beneficial going through the centre. We'll see a change for Aspire Football Dreams in a moment as well. Bibis is going to come on. Offside against Al-Ghamdi.
Yeah, looks like 2 changes here now for Aspire. And this is critical as well. You know, what the managers do. You know, can they just get that little bit of something different? So it's massively important who they change. Who they change it at the right time.
Yeah, Bibis coming on for Sumar, who scored the goal in the game against Kashiwa Reysol, but he's been fairly anonymous tonight, the Aspire number 8, to be honest. Also coming on is going to be Isaac Nuhu. In just a moment, they're just getting the paperwork for that one sorted out, but the first change has been made. Five substitutions per side allowed during this competition, by the way, just in case you haven't been with us previously. Both coaches have got plenty of options available to them.
Al Zakatu, it's a massively important role he's got, the lone striker. You know, I don't think he's going to get the best supply. He's got to make the most of what comes to him. He's got to make it stick. You know, he's got to give the rest of his team a bit of a breather. So he's up there on his own. It's a tideless, hard game for him, but at the moment he's been effective. He's put his work in. I just wonder how long, if he can do the full 90 minutes.
So the second substitution has been made. It's been Brolin who picked up a knock a moment or so ago that's gone off. Here comes Aspire. That's a great ball across. No one attacking it in the centre, though. offside flag was up. Right on the far side, I think it was the initial ball that found and dry offside.
Good play on the left-hand side. Just jinking, getting to that byline, putting it across the box. It was unfortunate it was offside, but that's where the danger's coming from. Undri there on that left-hand side. Would have liked to see him probably a little bit more central, playing in between the two centre-halves for Al Ahly. Can we use his pace? Can we get the ball into his feet? Very dangerous if he turns around and gets a one-on-one. Trying to thread it around the outside of the Al Ahly defence, giving it away again. Both teams are just lacking that little bit of quality in the final third.
Carlos just ran the ball out of play over on the far side. Al Ahly are going to make a second change in a moment. Abdul Rahman Kabir is coming on. He's a striker, and just watch the coach giving him some instructions and pointing at the goalkeeper, almost saying, you know, get forward, let's get some bodies into the box. Katana's won his side a corner, so there will be some defending to do here for Al Ahly. Will be Katana, the captain, who's looking for some movement, looking for someone to come short. No one seems to be on the same wavelength at the moment.
Not known for scoring from corners. You know, a lot of the play, a lot of Aspire's play comes from good football. You know, playing it, moving the ball around. That's why they look for a short one most of the time. They've just tried it. Something they must have worked on for the training ground. Here's a shot, edge of the box. Keeper's there to save. Just palms it out for a corner. Again for Aspire. Good pressure from Aspire.
Well, it's Katana again, who's caught that really well on the volley from the edge of the penalty area. Good save by Bakarisa, who's made a couple of good stops now. Katana over the corner once again. This one will go into the centre. Goalkeeper forced to punch, but the referee had spotted some pushing and gives the free kick. And here comes the change. Abdul Rahman Kabir coming on. Pleasant conditions here, but I noticed Kabir's wearing gloves.
I'll never get that one, especially now. It's not that cold. It's about 18 degrees.
Maybe he's... I can't remember if he's the first player to ever have gloves in the Al Kass International Cup. The change is made. It's Ibrahim Al-Sahari that's gone off. Katana certainly seen plenty of the ball in the second half.
Spire still pushing forward, trying to get that first goal. Just seem to be coming up against a brick wall at the moment. Well, they were really defending well.
Chested back by Al Zakata. Cleared by Munshi. Only as far as Sully. Guided on first time by Nuhu. Whistle's gone though, it's offside again against Ndrai.
You can see the pace and the power, what he's got. You know, can they get him a little bit further up there, but really strong and pacey. Strength as well. There was a foul given, but you could just see it anyway.
And towards the substitute, Kabir. Slight reorganisation. Nuhu has taken up a position on the left side of the midfield. Brolin was a central midfield player, so this means everybody shuffled across a little. Al Zakata. It's a poor touch. And it's playing into the hands of Aspire Football Dreams at the moment. It's been all on the back foot, really, for Al Ahly for the last 15 minutes or so. Carlos.
Just a bit of sloppy plays coming to Al Ahly at the moment. You know, the ball gets knocked up to the front man, gives it away very, very easy, just because of a little bit of laziness or tired legs. You know, the more you give the ball away, the more you give it back to that Aspire, they'll keep coming at you. It's important that you keep some type of possession.
Nuhu. Tricky carry to when he's on the ball, Nuhu. Stabbed across by the other substitute, Fadali. Dangerous ball playing it across his own penalty area. Robert with a throw. Taken quickly, no respite for Al Ahly at the moment. Nuhu brought down by the challenge of Bibis, the substitute, so it will be a free kick.
Positive played on the left-hand side. Just pushing it in front of the defender there, getting brought down. Well, this is dangerous, this. We talk a lot about the set pieces. It's a good opportunity to try and work on something in training, see if you can bring it out of the game like now.
The free kick will be whipped in with a bit of in-swing on it by Aspire. That's his played square again to Katana. Shoots into the box for Nuhu, but the offside flag goes up once again, and another set piece that hasn't really lived up to its potential. The referee wants the ball moved back a little bit, quite some distance, I think. Alex Garcia, the Aspire Football Dreams head coach.
Once again, it's all Aspire pushing forward, trying to get something out of the game. Just looking at the coach of Al Ahly, getting very frustrated at the moment with his side, shouting instructions, but he's just getting a little bit frustrated.
Looking for some movement from the green shirts up ahead. Al-Sawag. Trying to put a little bit of pressure on there was Munshi.
Smart pushing forward just to the halfway of the pitch now. There's a chance, edge of the box. This is what we want there. Good tackle. There's a foul there, but wonderful run there from Dai there. Andre, sorry, great run.
That's a yellow card. I thought he was actually fouled twice in the build-up to that. Managed to stay on his feet the first time.
That's what I want there. You know, that's what he's capable of doing. You know, turning, running, makes it difficult. Good defending from Al Ahly, but Andre, let's get him on the ball a little bit more further up.
Al-Shaiki was the player that went into the book for the challenge on Andre, who was in full flight. That's another free kick right on the edge of the penalty area, this time for Aspire Football Dreams. I think Diallo fancies his chances here. Here comes Diallo, straight into the wall. Out is the screen from the defenders. There's a player down, it's Carlos, I think. He may have hit the Aspire player in the wall.
That's one thing they've not done. They don't seem to have worked on any sort of free kick Aspire. You know, they just go for the straight blast, and a couple of times it's just hit the wall. Oh.
Well, it's a chance. Oh, side-footed wide by Nuhu, and what a chance that was for Aspire Football Dreams. Carlos had stayed down in the centre, but Nuhu racing through and should have hit the target.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Done everything right, absolutely. Got on the opposite side of the defender, was far too quick for him. Keeper came out, he just got a slices of touches, but it went away from goal. Best opportunity so far in the game. It should really be 1-0 to Aspire.
What a chance.
It's just one of those games, it's not going to be a lot of opportunities, so you have to take them. We're up to 71 minutes now. At the moment, they're still standing strong, Al Ahly, but under a bit of pressure, and they managed to cause a couple of upsets trying to go forward.
Well, here's a chance now for them on the attack. Kabur trying to get the ball across. Well defended, though. He's still quite a young coach, Alex Garcia, just any history. Spent some time at Barcelona, released in 2006, and then went to play for Hakur in Iceland. So he's had a reasonably good coaching upbringing. Anybody that's spent any time at any of the big clubs will have learned something in their time.
Yeah, well, I think he's very thorough. When we've heard him speaking about his side, he's very close with his team as well. You can see when they come off the pitch that he gives them all a bit of a cuddle, but he's hopefully a good manager for the future.
Played out wide by Diallo. Chance to go. It was a sliding challenge.
Oh, referee, well done, referee.
Knew who it was that went down. And now Al Ahly at the other end with a chance. That's nicely done by Al Kamhadi. Now he'll try and get to the byline. Sully goes with him. Gets to the byline as well. He just ran it out of play and he's gone for a goal kick. That's unfortunate, but great tackle. Look at this for a challenge. Brilliantly done.
Yeah, it was a wonderful tackle. Had to time it right. We know how dangerous he is now since he's come. I mean, what a run that is there. He's dangerous, but well done by the defender. Fantastic bit of defending there. He had to. It was dangerous. Alaricia is there, the centre half. What a wonderful tackle.
As you say, timed it perfectly. Poor goal kick from Manf. Hands possession back. There'll be another change here for Aspire Football Dreams. It's going to be Karamoko that's going off, and the Nigerian Muritala Quadri that's coming on. So rotating and trying to get some more options on. Quadri is a striker. It's a good play again. Robert, though, showing a clean pair of heels to get there before Alcibiani. And it's gone for a corner. Well, Alcibiani didn't give it up. Robert looks totally bemused by the decision. But it has gone for a corner.
Yeah, he touches it. He does. Good decision by the referee, but this is crucial now. You know, this is a good set piece for them. Corner kick. It's taken with the left foot. Looks like they're going to whip it in. Lead players there trying to arrive, trying to get in. Well defended there from Aspire, but now Aspire push forward.
There's Alcibiani's corner. There's an Al Ahly player gone down off the ball here in a challenge with Quadri. Play continues. It's still Quadri. Al Sawag diving in a little with a challenge. Managed to get away with it, though. I'm not too sure how Al Shaky ended up on his backside on the halfway line. They're going to make a change anyway. It's going to be Khalid Al-Hamzi that's coming on to replace Badr Munshi. Good ball across the head and down goes wide again. And once again, just a little bit of a lack of concentration from Ahly as that ball came in from Robert. The header goes wide of the post. Under a quarter of an hour to go. Still 0-0.
Are we going to penalties? Is it looking that way? I think at the moment, would Al Ahly take that? They defended, all the players have really worked hard for the team. But you'd like to think really Aspire. Glorious opportunity of Nerhu just a couple of minutes ago. Through one-on-one with a keeper, but pulls it wide. So is it going to be one of those days where it's just nothing's going to go in for Aspire?
Free kick goes the way of Al Ahly. Inter Milan await the winners in this quarter-final. Red Bull Salzburg will be looking on a little later on to see how the match between Real Madrid and Kashima Reysol finishes. They'll play the winners of that one. The losers, by the way, will be in action from today, will be in action again tomorrow. Just the placing matches. Well, not even the placing matches, actually the bid to find out which place you're going to play for tomorrow. So whoever loses this will play Estudiantes. Al-Sawag.
What a good game this is, a tight game. Really difficult for anyone really to get these sort of opportunities. This is the only way in which you can play against Aspire. You have to stop them, you can't give them any time or space. Just saying that, they're working it down this left-hand side now.
That's a lovely ball forward again towards Katana. Good challenge by Al-Arishi. I think most of the good chances came in the first 5 minutes of the second half in this game. It was really open, and all of a sudden it closed itself back up again.
I'll tell you something, what a tackle that was there by Al-Arishi. He's made some wonderful tackles once again. Last desperate attempt there, and he times it absolutely to perfection. It's a man of the match performance for me so far in his tackling and how solid he's been in the back for Al Ahly.
Katana. Nuhu. Well defended again by Al-Shaky.
It's causing a lot of problems Nuhu down on this left-hand side. They've got to keep the wits about them now. All of a sudden the chances, the cross comes in for Aspire, a little bit too far.
Yeah, Quadri. Good defending again from Al-Sawag to get the ball away for a corner. But a little bit of pressure having to be absorbed now by Al Ahly. They've got 11.5 minutes of the 90 to go, plus added time. Then we go down to a penalty shootout. Spy will be disappointed. They haven't managed to make the breakthrough. They've had chances in the second half. It's Katana with the corner.
Now this is at the time of the game now, and you're a little bit tired, you switch off, ball goes in the box, keeper comes out, Isa comes out, that's it, that's 1-0 to Aspire.
Well, the keeper came and missed it, and I think it's the big central defender, Sully, that's got the goal. Coming forward and adding a bit of aerial presence, and the goalkeeper didn't get anywhere near it.
You know, this is going to, if you're going to go into if you're going to play for your first team or you're going to start playing on a professional level, this is when you've got to keep your wits about it. You've got to watch. Isa comes out, nowhere near the ball at all, and Sonny's there just to head it in. They've done absolutely fantastic, Al Ahly. 79 minutes on the clock, and they've just switched off for a little bit. What happens when you switch off? It ends up in the back of the net, and now they've got to try and get back into this game.
So it was Sully, the central defender, with the header in off the post, and finally Aspire Football Dreams have managed to make the breakthrough. Now there'll be a bit of urgency about Al Ahly. Still got 10 minutes to go. Quadri. Onto the chest of Carlos. Good challenge, although it wasn't a good challenge. It's going to be a yellow card. It's Al-Sawag going into the book. Wow. It's not Al-Sawag, actually. It's...
Well, it looks like Aspire are going to make another change. You can see the strength in depth what they've got. You know, very much like for like. Just coming off the pitch, but this has been a difficult game for Aspire. Hence the reason as well, by the way, from Inter Milan yesterday, didn't have their own way until they got a penalty. But Al Ahly have done a good job tonight. This is how you play against Aspire. Get tight on them. Make it difficult, and they did do just for a split second a few minutes ago. Issa came out, tried to get the ball, missed it, and Sunny was there just to head it into the net, just to give Aspire that valuable 1-0 lead.
Carlos has stayed down here, just calling for the stretcher from the sidelines. Sully celebrates his goal. A big goal as well. It could be the goal that puts his side into the semi-finals of the Al KASS International Cup. And it came exactly the same time as yesterday, 80th minute.
Yeah, probably had the better of it. The team what's had the better opportunities. You know, they've been trying to get it through. You have to say, before Dehu with the opportunity had a great chance, but he just thought, is it going to go? And it was looking like it was going to go to penalties because of how well Al Ahly had played, but then they just switched off, and there Sunni just to head it in. 81 minutes now, as one of the players are down, but Aspire are leading 1-0. This will put them through to the semi-final, the Al KASS International Cup.
Carlos goes off on the electric cart just to get a bit more treatment. So temporarily Aspire will be down to 10 players. They're going to make another change there. They're going to bring Yemi on. Al-Sawag. Al-Zakata working hard. So apart from those chances right in the second half, Al Ahly haven't really had too much going forward in this second 45.
No, but that's the way they were set up, is that they were going to defend, make it difficult for Aspire, and then hit them on the break. It's now a little bit different now because they're trailing 1-0.
There's another Aspire player down injured. It's the captain, Katana. Al Ahly possibly feeling they're making a little bit most of these challenges, but I'm sure the referee will add the appropriate time on. Didn't seem too much in that. It's an Al Ahly free kick, in fact. So it was Katana that was penalised. They've only just managed to get Carlos back on. Now they're going to have another player that's going to have to leave the field for a moment. Katana, the captain. This needs a good delivery. Everybody back for Aspire Football Dreams. There's a player gone down on the edge of the penalty area. A bit of pushing and shoving, as you always get in those situations. It's a real high-hanging ball and a real tester for the goalkeeper. Headed back, but I think the ball had gone out of play as it was headed back by Al Sheikhi. Al Asaimi is going to come on in a minute for Al Ahly. I'm not too sure that did go out of play. Anyway, goal kick to Aspire Football Dreams. Just over 5 minutes to go of normal time. Kadir, Robert. Al Ahly coach just frustrated. His side can't get a foot on the ball at the moment. Al-Hamzi. Diallo. Quickly under pressure. This is better now from Al Ahly. Forward hits Kabur. Nuhu using his pace once again to try and get to the byline. Nuhu Oh, it's given away. Chance here for Quadri. Good save. Sharply down there, Issa. Back out to Katana. Katana tries to curl one. Curls it wide of the post. Here comes the substitution. Al-Hamdi, the player, is going off. And Al-Asami comes on.
Good play by Nerhu on the... Good play by Nerhu on the left-hand side, getting the ball, driving forward, getting it into the corner. So putting the ball into the box, but managed to be cleared by Al Ahly.
Over comes the corner, goalkeeper comes again and gets a better punch on it this time. It's a great punch on it, in fact. Al-Hamzi goes down under Katana's challenge. All the way back to the goalkeeper. Al-Hamzi will chase down Manford's poor touch. Oh, he's just about got away with that, the goalkeeper. Good skills on the deck.
Big gamble as well, that was by the goalkeeper. He got away with it, but nearly got his side in trouble. We're down to the last 3-4 minutes of the game, and obviously we have added time after that. Can Al Ahly do something to get back into this game? Aspire are now leading 1-0.
Well, Yemi's going to come on in a moment for Aspire, but not before the throw's been taken.
Bit of time wasted now. Done by Aspire, making the substitutions.
Katana. Good quick feet once again, forward to Ndrai. Quadri. Back inside again, Ndrai trying to play it back through to Quadri. Now there's a chance maybe for Al Ahly to move the ball forward with Al-Sawag. What a great ball, headed away by Robert. Maki. Al-Sami. Quadri. Good running here from Diallo, forced out wide, 2 to aim for in the centre. Diallo tries to get to the byline, but runs the ball out of play, past for Daly. There's going to be Ndrai that's going off, and Yemi coming on for the final few moments. Just been hurried along by the referee. Two minutes to go plus stoppage time. Aspire Football Dreams edging closer to a semi-final place against Inter Milan. Away by Al-Arishi. Chase on for Kabur. Pressing Roberts into the corner. Oh, he's dived in. That's a needless challenge, really, from Kabur. Didn't need to give the free kick away. As it stands at the moment, Aspire Football Dreams will play Inter Milan in the semi-finals. Al Ahly will be back here tomorrow to take on Estudiantes in the day's later game, in the battle to determine who will play for places outside the top 4. Already we know that Shanghai Greenland have finished 12th, Paris Saint-Germain 11th, Benfica 10th and Celtic 9th. Everybody plays for a place in this competition because of the respective prize money that's available. Katana. Quadri. The little flicks on the edge of the penalty area from Aspire. Diallo just hammers it forward out of harm's way, back to the goalkeeper Issa, who'll be keen to get this one clear. We're into the final few seconds of the 90. Just a question of how much the fourth official will tell us is to be added. Carlos will chase that one into the corner. Just allows the ball to run out of play. 4 minutes to be added, so maybe still a glimmer of hope for Al Ahly if they can get the ball forward.
Ladies and gentlemen, there will be 4 minutes.
Shaky with the challenge, might still fall for Nuhu. Good challenge for Daly. Well, he's caused a few problems with his pace since coming on, Nuhu. Spire just been urged to hurry up by the referee, just trying to run a few seconds off the clock. Nuhu. Trying to work it for Yemi. Now they'll get the ball away for Daly. Al Zakata on the chase. This is Kadur. And the free kick again goes Aspire's way. Kabir not happy with the decision. Referee tells him no more. Don't want to get an unnecessary yellow card at this late stage of the game. Well, it's been disappointing from Ahli Asifi. Side had fared so well in their opening couple of games, but having battled hard for 80 minutes, they were finally beaten by Sully's header from the corner. Created chances at the start of the second half, but since then, to be fair, it's not been too much. They might have one last chance maybe here. Al Zakata trying to get the better of Sully, but once again the defender clears the ball away. Kabur. That's good play. That'll be a free kick. Foul by Bibis. And it's a yellow card for Bibis. So he becomes the latest player to go into the book for the challenge. Well, this is a chance. Could be the last chance here for Al Ahly. It's all about the delivery. Has to be right. Has to go in hard from Al Sibiani. This will in swinging towards the goalkeeper, Manf. If he gets it with enough pace on it, might only need a touch. Two in the wall. Manf waits. Now they move all ahead of him. It's a good-looking ball. It's just too much, though. Again, too much on it as he covers his face with his shirt. El Sibiani knows that was a chance, and it's been wasted once again. And his coach just shouts a few words to him. There's still a minute to go, but you just think that possibly the best chance that Al Ahly would have had to get back into this game. It's looking increasingly like Aspire football dreams going into the semi-finals. Mackie caught by Quadri. So another free kick and a chance surely just to get the ball lofted forward now. Aspire will try and hold the line as high as possible and catch Al Ahly offside. Kabur for Daly. It's away by Katana. Nuhu couldn't bring the ball under control for Daly. Quadri. Maybe a chance to run the ball into the corner. Carlos. Spar just need to keep possession. We've played over 3.5 minutes of the 4 minutes added time. Katana chases into the box once again. It's cleared away by Mackie. And you have to feel that that is probably that as far as Al Ahly are concerned. The referee indeed decides that that is that. And a hard-earned win for Aspire football dreams. It took a goal in the 80th minute from Sully to win the game for the Aspire team. Chances at the start of the second half for both teams. It all tightened up after that. And Al Ahly, once they fell behind, couldn't find the time to get back into the game. They were playing the battle for the minor placings. They'll take on Estudiantes tomorrow. But it's Inter Milan who await for Aspire football dreams in the semi-final. After a 1-0 win, Sully scored the goal in the 80th minute. It's finished Aspire football dreams 1, Al Ahly 0.
إلى برنامج جلوبال ريكوجنيشن من أوائل QMB وتمتع بعالم من الخدمات المصرفية المميزة. خدمة عالمية تقدم لك امتيازات حصرية تعزز نمط حياتك أينما كنت وفي أي وقت، تجعلك تتحكم في معاملاتك وحساباتك، تمكنك من امتلاك منزل جديد في الخارج مع خدمة التمويل العقاري الدولي. برنامج جلوبال ريكوجنيشن من أوائل QMB، عالم الامتيازات الحصرية.
For nearly 40 years, Musco has specialized in the design and manufacture of sports and large area lighting solutions. From neighborhood ball fields to international speedways, Musco is committed to providing cost-effective lighting solutions and services you can rely on. For your budget, for the environment, Musco Lighting, we make it happen.
أنا غدوتي لما أكبر أصير نفس نيمار. في 2022 أبي أكون في استاد البيت.
عم نشوف الجمهور في ملعب اللاعبين.
كأس العالم 2022 هو البداية.
This is my hero. One of my country's most talented players. Nowadays, talent alone is not enough. Football has changed. There is a place where you can get world-class coaching that pushes you to train harder and harder. Education that helps build your future. Sports science that enhances your performance. And where you are always in the right hands. This place has found me, and I am ready. One day, I want to be his hero.
Aspire Academy. Aspire today. Inspire tomorrow.
الأكل بيكمل مع بيبسي. يلا ناو.
Aspire Football Dreams have beaten Al Ahly in the quarterfinals. They're into the semi-finals of the Al Kass International Cup 2016. Let's get reaction now and go pitchside and join our reporter Sean Mulvina. Sean.
Yes, Rodri, I'm down here with Aspire head coach. Another fantastic performance. You must be very pleased with your players tonight.
Excellent performance. I'm not sure about that. Okay, it was a tough game, very tough game. I'm happy because on the next stage, but there's things we still need to improve, we still need to work on, but happy because the objective is succeeded. So
You had a lot of possession, but they made it very difficult for you to score.
I agree with you. I think if they make it on to this stage, it's because they're a good team. They won PSG. They made it very difficult for us, but in the end, our work paid off.
And where do you think the team need to improve for the semi-final match?
Right now, my objective is to get back with the team, relax and recovery, and we'll think about next game. Me this night, team tomorrow.
Sure, but you and the rest of the players, you must have a lot of confidence going into the next game.
Of course, as I said previously in other interviews, our objective is to hit this logo as high as possible. So that's what we're playing for.
And between now and the semi-final, what will you say to the players and how will you aim to recover for the next game?
Recovery as usual, and what would I say? We're going to continue with our same procedure, our same protocols as we've been doing until now. So no changes.
Congratulations and good luck for the next game. Back to you guys in the studio.
Sean, thank you very much indeed. Always nice to hear from Alex. He's so passionate. He's been part of that setup in Senegal for some time. Chris Makin, Nick Summerby alongside me here. He doesn't give much away, and he's, wasn't going along with Sean's comment that it was an excellent performance. I don't know. I thought it was an excellent performance, but maybe based on the amount of chances they had, they should have done better.
Yeah, first half they struggled to break down the Al Ahly defence and midfield. But second half they came into it and they were looking dangerous. They had 2 or 3 chances to actually take the lead, and in the end it was a set piece. We said at half time these tight games and usually decided by a little bit of brilliance or a little bit of magic, but this time it was a set piece.
Yeah, Al Ahly were impressive, weren't they?
I really was very impressed. The only way you're going to play against Aspire is you can't give them the freedom. You've got to make it ugly. You've got to bring the game. And I thought 2 centre halves, Al-Arishi and Makey. Al-Arishi made some unbelievable tackles. I thought they were brilliant.
In the box as well.
As that wonderful tackles, yeah. But they put their art. They haven't got probably the ability, as what Aspire's got. But they fought and they made a game, and they deserved really to make it go to penalties. But when you go that higher level, it's that switching off, that little bit of detail, and it's difficult because you're tired. Just little situations. As the corner comes in, you've just got to keep your wits about. Issa comes out, and he's a wonderful goalkeeper, but he's just made a bit of a mistake.
At that moment.
Every time
let's have a look at that. I've got it right here for you. There it is.
If you just look, and I've been really impressed with him as well as a goalkeeper. But why has he done that? Yeah, he doesn't need to. You get into, penalties, or you're going to get an opportunity before, and he just comes out, and that's where the opportunity comes from.
It wasn't really whipped in as well, was it? It was like a floating. It was coming in. It was a floating, and he had these chances. He had time to make his mind up. He just makes the wrong decision. I don't know why keepers come into bodies like that.
Yeah,
it's so difficult.
What did you say at half time? Set pieces.
Set pieces.
How you and Nick in your professional career had been subject to many switch-off moments at set pieces.
We have. We've plenty of them.
We've been on the end of. We've been on the end of. We've had heartbreak, and we've had success. You've got to keep going to the last minute and just keep your concentration and just switch off for that, or make the wrong decision.
I mean, that's the things there when you say you have tournaments like this. And it's the detail like that, because when you're playing it in a first team somewhere, you have to.
But how disappointed will it be?
Yeah, they've done everything. Yeah,
after the way they've played and defended, you can see from a set piece they'll be so disappointed.
They can be very proud of themselves. They beat Paris Saint-Germain. They did well against Real Madrid.
Yeah.
But that was a tough game that was following on, and they were unlucky in that one.
They are a difficult team to play against. I've just walked down the pitch level there. They're so. They're fit physical boys, and they're on the, and they move the ball around, and they made it difficult for them. Whoever plays against them, it's tough because they just keep running at you, and they're tough as well. You've got to say as well when Nehu on the left-hand side, the pace he's got when he runs at players, he's very difficult, and they kept to the task and they did it, but just at the end, just switched off.
Let's have a look at the chances then, and this is highlighting what you're going on about, the detail, both of you.
Just feel that they opened up a little bit in the second half, Aspire. Made more runs forward and in behind the defence. That's a great chance. It's great awareness by Nyanji, the skipper.
Well, that was right at the beginning of the second half as well.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, caught Al Ahly cold. Runs in behind the defence. There's Nyanji just stretching the Al Ahly defence, and great awareness. And should have been a goal really, but here we
Practice,
go again.
Practice.
Here we go again. Nyanji, you'll find Nyanji the skipper for Aspire at the heart of most good things for his team.
No surprise he got MVP then.
Yeah, correct.
But just dangerous. This is what you've got to, you know, when they go forward, they have so much players with flair and ability to do this. You know, the shot, he never really was a bit disappointing.
This is the one, I think.
This is, I mean, this is the pace he's got. Look, he just gets there, gets in front of the defender. You think, well, there you go, it's opened up for them, and he just slides it wide there. And you know, and you thought, well, it's going to be their day. It's going to be Al Ahly's day. Are they going to get an opportunity near the end, or is it going to go to penalties? And it's very hard to mark this because of the pace what he has.
Well, he does well. Nuhu there. His first touch takes him across the defender, and he's in the penalty box. He can't do anything. The defender just cuts him out of the play. Watch this for a touch, right across him there. Oh, the other side of the post.
It's very interesting what Alex Garcia, the head coach, was saying about, you know, when Sean asked him, what are you going to tell your players? And in a tournament, they've got one day off, then their semi-final is on Saturday. What do you tell What do you tell a player when they've done so much right?
Nothing tonight. Let them enjoy it tonight.
Not forget tonight, but tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know, when you've just got to focus on little detail, how do you get that across? I'm putting you in a coach's seat now, but you've played for teams with some of the great head coaches. You know, how do you focus on that detail without maybe distracting them?
Without distracting them, I think they'll probably have a couple of meetings before the next game, and they'll probably go through the strengths and weaknesses of the opposition, and then after that they'll focus on their strengths. Aspire for Dreams, for me, have got to focus on their strengths, because for me they are the best team in the tournament. Going forward, they're very good, and in the second half they just opened up Al Ahly, who was superb defensively in the first half. So I'd focus on your own strengths for the next game.
Before you jump in there, hold your thought. I just want to. He just mentioned the defence there, Chris. I just want to show and illustrate that, and then you were talking about it earlier about, you know, making good challenges. I mean, they don't come better than that, do they?
He beats the fullback there, and you know, when you're done as a fullback, you're saying to yourself, please let me centre half behind me. And what a fantastic tackle that was. Time to perfection, because he's in his own box. Wonderful defending.
And how many times we see it in the QSL, you know, when it plays, but it's dangerous to do that. But he was up there with a man of match performance. I thought he was fantastic. But going back to what Chris said there with Aspire, I think you've got to rein him in. You know, you really they're that excited, they want to go forward. It's more like, well, hang on a minute, they're that excited. You've got to be patient. You've got to just slow it down a little bit, and that's what they're like. If you've got a little bit of bottle about you, you know, you've got to soak it all up, and I think you can get at them. Really, I really do think that. When you go forward,
when you say slow it down, you maybe mean? Do you mean
no? They're just
varying it a bit. So
they're just excited
because they can accelerate.
Yeah, but they all want to go.
System like that.
They all want to go. You know, and they're all they keep coming at you. They keep, you know, you just got to get a little bit of discipline sometime. When they're going forward, you can get it there. You can get it there. Back 4, back 2, definitely. But it takes the courage to do it. They weren't trying it, Al Ahly. They were just trying to knock balls over the top. If you're a bit cuter and you go forward with a bit of pace, you'll be surprised you'll get a little bit of joy. And I think if you do get a goal against them, the heads drop for some reason. They lose that little bit of zip out of the game. But it's a lot easier said than done.
They're going to play into Milan now.
Well, that's it.
That was my next question. Exactly.
Oh, sorry.
No. But it's a great point, because you say focus on your own strengths and what you've got to do. But you know, you've got to have a look at the opposition. They will have seen Inter Milan.
Correct.
It's an intriguing encounter, that one.
It is, yeah. And I'm just thinking now, will Inter Milan attack Aspire? I think it'll be the other way around. I think Inter Milan might play on the counter attack and might go a little bit more direct, like Nicky said there. You can get in behind the defence, but I expect Aspire Football Dreams to have more possession in that game.
I think Inter Milan are going to be a little bit too much, because they have that little bit more quality. Good in defence, but going forward.
Well, it's a next step up, isn't it? Yep. Come against Al Ahly in the quarter-finals. Now it's Inter Milan. it's
more possession. I mean, look at the possession they had in that game against Al Ahly.
Yeah, but we expected it. Now,
do you expect that much?
No, well, at half-time they had 71%. You're not going to get that against Inter Milan.
No chance.
No way.
No, it's all set up that, but they are to beat them, Aspire, you know, you've got to work hard. You've got to really. It's not easy.
Tell you why they're so hard. They take chances up front, don't they, on the edge of your own box. We've just seen 3 or 4 chances in the second half there, and that's where they're good at. They can open you up.
Yeah.
Yanni's always at the heart of stuff. You've got injuries, a big, powerful number 9. You know, and if he doesn't create a chance, then he's normally getting tackled and getting free kicks as well. They are good going forward.
What they should be looking at there, which they did fantastic at tonight, Al Ahly, they didn't give him a one-on-one. You know, if you give a one-on-one, they breeze past players like that not even there. So you've got to have cover. If someone's there, you've got to make sure you're behind them. You know, because if they get a one-on-one, what I would do as I'm Aspire is I'd move the ball around as quickly as possible to try and get these players on a one-on-one, because they're deadly.
But it's going to be a very disciplined Inter Milan side.
Got to be,
How confident are they, by the way?
Oozing confidence.
They won't be scared of taking on Aspire.
Not at all. Aspire Football Dreams then into the semi-final against Inter Milan. Warming up just behind us on pitch number 4 here, Real Madrid and Kashiwa Reysol. That match kicks off in 15 minutes time. We'll talk about that match in just a moment, but I've set the boys a challenge this week to pick, don't look at me too surprised, to pick the top 5 goals from the tournament. You've said you just wanted the top 3. You said choosing the top 5 was making it too easy.
Test us,
I
Rod.
don't think so. We've already had some magnificent ones. This is just an example.
Found its way out to Marco Salah. Caught it brilliant on the dipping volley. Wonderful goal.
All gas in, stills in, pulls it back, chance here! 1-0! Petro at the far post!
It's a ball again back